3,000% return. That's the biggest mover this year. Tech Create, 3,084% to be precise. But what do some of the biggest movers of this year's market have in common, and how might you go about finding them? Well, they're singularly unprofitable. They're loss-making companies. If you look at them, there's very few which are actually making profits. Mega Fortune is appropriately named. That's up 1,000% just this year, remember, and we're only not even into June yet. Okay, it's unusual because it's got a positive return on capital employed and a positive return on equity. In other words, capital base they're actually making a positive return on that. Market capitalization, roughly $1 billion or 800 million pounds. That's Mega Fortune. That's an exception to the rule. But the others, generally, again, with the exception of Geelong Holding, which you won't have heard of, not least because it's only worth 376 million pounds, not well known, and up 481%, is another one which has got profits. But like I said, that is what's unusual. Soitec has got profits. If you're really looking for one of these companies which has gone up over 200% to 3,000% so far this year, you're really having to risk it on companies which are unprofitable. The chances are you'll increase the odds of picking one of the big movers up, which is a high risk to take. Normally you want to stay away from those which aren't profitable. What else have you got in that list? Well, if I move across over here, you'll see that there is AT&T Austria. Seems unusual, but it's profitable, up 329%, massively profitable. So we're going to have to put profits to one side, and we're going to have to go for the loss-making companies with negative return on capital employed and negative return on equity. What's making them go up? Because the majority of the biggest movers are indeed those companies. So what is causing them to go up? Well, it is a classic case of speculation. They've been beaten down. This teaches you something very important about the stock market. The stock market moves on expectations, but that then adds incredible risk if you're looking for outsized gains. Expectations have been beaten down on these companies because they're hugely unprofitable. They're not producing a positive return on the capital that they've got, on the equity that the company has got within its books. And because those expectations have been so far beaten back, any piece of positive news is causing the stock price to skyrocket. The point being that the riskiest companies, the ones which are bleeding cash, which are making massive losses, that's not necessarily a definition of risk, but it's a pretty good one. They're the ones which can give potentially the outsized return. So you can see the relationship between risk and reward. That doesn't mean that the inverse holds, that just because you're taking lots of risk and investing in lots of unprofitable companies, you will suddenly gain lots of massive outsized returns. That won't happen either. What's important to realize, therefore, is to work out, well, do you want that kind of risk? Not do you want that kind of return? Of course you do. Everybody does. But do you really want that kind of risk? Because within those kinds of companies, the massively unprofitable ones, the ones with negative return on capital, there are even more companies which are performing incredibly poorly. So do you necessarily want that level of risk, even though there is that glimmering genie of winning the lottery? And most people rationally would say, well, actually, no. What I'd rather do is have a middle ground of profitable companies, some of which might go on then, in the case of Soitec, or in the case of Geelong, to go up over 400, 500% in just 5 months. But at least I'll avoid the higher risk ones, which some of which might shoot up, but the majority of which won't. And that's how some of the sifting starts. It just starts from appreciating what your parameters are. You don't necessarily want those loss-making companies because that's closer to speculation, which is what most people would want to avoid. If you want to learn a bit more about the basics of investing well, have a look at alpeshpatel.com. and I'll teach you more on there completely for free.